Good morning, this is Christine. It is September 25th, 2014. It's the day of Rosh Hashanah. It started last night at sundown. I had a dream last night, and I'm not sure what to make of it. There was two parts to it. Actually, I had like 3 dreams last night. The first one was there was a solid gold triangle / pyramid, like what you would see over in Egypt, those big pyramids in the sand. Only this one was like solid gold, and it was big and it was huge. And it had the capstone that was cut off of it. You know, like the very top point of it was cut off of it. But I saw the gold capstone of the pyramid. It came down from the sky and landed and settled on top of the golden pyramid, and then the pyramid was complete. And I think the Lord was telling me that I got my gold capstone, that my triangle, my pyramid was complete. I don't know. And then there was also a guy standing in the distance from the pyramid. He was standing on the sand. For some reason, the name David came to my mind. His name was David. I don't know why. And he had dark hair. He was a young man, probably in his 30s or something. And there was this understanding that I had let go of the old doctrines and the old ways of thinking, and that I had like graduated or progressed and moved forward. And this David guy was symbolic of me having let go of the old and moved into the new. And then he was standing looking at the golden pyramid as, you know, the capstone had come down and settled and rested on the golden pyramid. And it was like solid gold. It wasn't gold laid, you know, where it's like wood underneath and you just put gold on top of it. It was a solid gold pyramid, and it was big. It was like those big pyramids over in Egypt. So I was standing in front of the pyramid, like at a distance, and then David was to my right, a little bit above me, to my right, like diagonally to my right above me. And then he was looking at the pyramid, and I was there watching and observing everything, and I just felt like David was me having let go of the old and moved into the new. And then it was like the Lord was telling me that I'd gotten my golden capstone, my golden pyramid was complete. So I don't know what to make of it. I'm praying that it's true, that this is the beginning of the new year, and, you know, the Jewish New Year, and hopefully the Lord has told me that I've made it through, and you know, I'm on a new path. I've let go of the old doctrines, the old way of thinking, the old living in a box. You know, and I've moved into the new. So I pray that's what it was about. So then I woke up, and I got up and walked around the apartment for a little bit, my home for a little bit, because I wasn't sure what time it was. And then went back to sleep, and I had another dream, only this time I was in like an old wooden house, kind of like the Addams Family, and you know, like those spooky Halloween houses, and they're just like these big wooden, like old wood houses, and they're tall and probably have like 10, 15 rooms in them. I mean, it was just big. And I was inside the house. There was a wooden front porch which was open, and there were trees. There was like a grass yard in front of the porch, and then there were trees in the distance. And they were trees that had, you know, like a tall trunk, and then the green part was way up top, so you could actually walk through the trees if you wanted to. It wasn't the kind of tree where the leaves, like a pine tree, where the leaves are even down at the bottom. It wasn't that kind of tree. It was, the green was on top, and then it was just a long trunk underneath. And the house, the living room, that's all I got to. Was I was in the living room in the front of the house where the front door was, and there was a big window that you could look out and see the porch and the front yard, and then there was another window to the left. And there were big windows, and there was a staircase going up on the right that went upstairs, but I never went up. I just stayed in the living room. And there was no carpet. It was just like wood floor that was unfinished, unstained, kind of worn out and old. And there was no furniture in the house. There was no light on. The only light coming in was like moonlight from outside. And I had opened the door, and I went and stood on the front porch, and I could feel the breeze. I wasn't sure why I was there, especially since that's not the kind of house I'd be in, let alone there was, you know, it wasn't even working. The lights weren't on. There was no furniture inside. It didn't even look, it looked like an abandoned house. It didn't even look like a regular house, even like a lived-in one. And all of a sudden I started seeing people moving in the trees in the distance. They were little black kids, actually, like African American children, probably elementary school age. And they started walking towards the house, and then there was also an adult, like an adult male, and they were walking and acting like zombies. Like they were just walking, but it was like there was nothing inside of them. They were just empty, hollow people just walking like zombies. And they started walking towards the house, and I went to go back inside because I wasn't sure if they were coming to like attack me. So I went inside of the house, but at this point, somehow the man had managed to get himself on the front porch, and I looked down and I saw his feet and his like the shin, you know, up to his knee area. I saw that, and I grabbed the door and I closed it, but he was holding on to the doorknob on the other side. And as I was trying to pull the door closed, he was trying to pull the door open, so we were having a power struggle. But I ended up managing to get the door closed, and then I grabbed onto the metal lock, and it's one of those locks that goes left to right, and then you turn it, you know, so that it faces up and down, and that's how you lock the door. So I was turning the I had, you know, gotten the door closed. He was still trying to pull it open from the other side, this zombie man on my porch, and I was holding the door closed, trying to get him to not open it, and I was turning the gold lock from left to right, trying to turn it, you know, to up and down to lock the door so it couldn't be open, so I would be safe inside. And as I was trying to turn it, he was trying to unturn it, so he wouldn't let me lock it. But somehow I did manage to get it locked, and I heard it snap, and it went into the lock. And then I stepped away from the door. I took my hand off the doorknob, and I stepped away from the door, and everything got quiet, you know, so he wasn't trying to get in anymore. And there was no struggle anymore. The door had been locked. I was a little nervous that maybe like those zombie kids or the guy, that they were going to try to break my window and try to get into the house. I mean, they were like type of people that didn't have a soul. They were just walking through the yard like dead people. Um, you know, no energy, no emotion, no nothing, just walking like 2x2, 2x4 boards. And just, it was just creepy. And so I don't know if the kids ever got to the front porch, but they were walking towards the house, but the man tried to not let me close the door. So I woke up then, but I woke up realizing that, yeah, I'm safe, but now I'm also locked inside of this old house that has no light and no furniture. And then I woke up, and then I went back to sleep again after that, and I had a third dream, but I don't remember the third dream. So I don't really know. This was just a weird night for dreams. The first dream, I pray that was God, and that was, a good one. But the second one, I'm not sure if maybe the Lord has just locked me away now, where I'm going to be safe, and that those were dark spirits trying to get at me. I don't know what that dream was. I don't really know, but I figured I'd share it. Okay, have a wonderful day. It's Rosh Hashanah today, so I'm looking forward to it. Okay, have a great day. God bless. Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, I just want to add on to this video. I'm watching one of Lively's videos. It's an older video, and I just now clicked on play to continue on where I had left off before. And she's talking about pitching your tent and your dwelling, and that people are going to be coming to you. And I'm just wondering now if that dream was, if those zombies were people in their death state, and they weren't coming to attack me, they were coming for help. I'm wondering now if that's what that second part of that dream was about, because if I did get my complete gold triangle pyramid, and if that David guy was symbolic of me letting go of the old doctrines and the old everything and moving ahead to the new, then it would make sense that the Lord would bring those zombie people, because actually everybody in the world, if they're not converted, they're pretty much in a zombie state. They just go through life doing as they're told. They don't think really for themselves, it's just being on the wheel, the rat race wheel that you can't get off of. So I'm wondering now if that second dream might have been that the Lord was telling me he's going to be bringing me people in their dead zombie-like state for me to help them, because I've passed the test and got my solid gold pyramid triangle. And if that's the case, there was one man, but they were all children. They were all children. So this might be the direction that the Lord's taken me in. Maybe it's going to be children I'm going to be helping instead of adults. I don't know. Okay, just wanted to share that because I thought it was interesting that I had made this video, and then I pushed play to go back and watch one of Lively's older videos, and where I started watching, when I pushed play where I had left off at before, then she ended up saying that, which tied in exactly with what I just said in this prior video. So it's interesting how the Lord works. Praise God. He's so good. Okay, that's all. I'll talk to you later. Okay, thanks. Have a great day. Bye-bye.